Don't live with your children. It will be a disaster. As we journey through life, our roles often shift and evolve, particularly in our later years. Aging is not merely about growing older. It's an opportunity to redefine our identity and priorities. For many, the prospect of living with adult children brings comfort and the promise of companionship. However, as we will explore today, this choice can sometimes lead to unexpected challenges and sacrifices that overshadow the joys of independence. Meet Linda, a vibrant 62-year-old who, after losing her husband, faced the daunting reality of loneliness. In search of support and connection, she made the decision to move in with her son and daughter-in-law, believing it would provide her with the family closeness she longed for. At first, it seemed like the ideal solution, a chance to nurture relationships and receive care in her twilight years. Yet, the truth of her situation soon revealed itself, challenging her expectations and desires. Linda's story is not unique. It reflects a broader societal issue where older adults often feel pressured to sacrifice their dreams for the sake of familial duty. The traditional notion that aging parents should live with their children can sometimes lead to a life of unappreciated labor, overshadowing the joy and freedom they rightfully deserve. As we delve into Linda's journey, we will uncover the vital question: should older adults compromise their independence in pursuit of familial closeness, or is there a more fulfilling path to happiness? This narrative serves as a powerful reminder that every individual deserves the right to live life on their own terms, regardless of age. It's a call to action for older adults to reflect on their choices and prioritize their well-being. Join us as we explore Linda's inspiring transformation. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more uplifting stories and insights into navigating the complexities of aging with grace and independence. Together, let's embark on a journey toward reclaiming joy and fulfillment in our golden years. The importance of personal choice in later years. As we transition into our later years, the concept of personal choice becomes increasingly vital. For many, this period can bring a renewed sense of freedom, yet it can also be fraught with societal expectations and familial pressures. Linda's story exemplifies the struggle many older adults face when it comes to deciding where and how to live as they age. At the age of 62, Linda found herself alone after the passing of her husband. This loss marked the beginning of a new chapter in her life, one filled with uncertainty and loneliness. Her son, concerned for her well-being, invited her to move in with him and his wife, viewing it as a loving gesture. Initially, Linda embraced this opportunity, believing it would offer her companionship and support. After all, who wouldn't want to feel the warmth of family during such a challenging time? However, as Linda settled into her new living situation, she quickly realized that her expectations did not align with reality. The promise of familial support transformed into an unspoken agreement where her role shifted from being a cherished family member to an unpaid caretaker. As days turned into months, Linda found herself overwhelmed by household responsibilities. She began assisting with cleaning, cooking, and taking care of her grandchildren. What started as a collaborative family effort gradually morphed into a cycle of endless labor, leaving Linda feeling more like a servant than a valued member of the family. This transformation prompted Linda to confront a critical question: was living with her son truly in her best interest? This introspection is crucial for anyone navigating the complexities of aging. The importance of personal choice cannot be overstated. For older adults, the decision of whether to live with family members or maintain independence is deeply personal and must be approached with careful consideration. Many older adults feel societal pressure to move in with their children, driven by the belief that it provides security and companionship. However, as Linda's experience illustrates, this arrangement can sometimes lead to feelings of resentment and loss of autonomy. The initial excitement of living together can quickly fade, replaced by the harsh reality of expectations and responsibilities. Older adults deserve the right to define their living situations based on their needs, desires, and aspirations, rather than solely on societal norms. Personal choice is about prioritizing one's happiness and well-being. For Linda, the prospect of spending her retirement years engaging in hobbies, nurturing friendships, and exploring new passions became increasingly distant as her responsibilities piled up. The dreams she had for this stage of her life, dancing in the park, gardening, and socializing with friends, seemed to vanish in the daily grind of family obligations. This disconnect between her aspirations and reality highlights the need for older adults to assert their right to choose how they wish to live. Moreover, Linda's story serves as a testament to the power of reclaiming one's independence. After enduring a year of silent frustration, she decided to take a stand. The moment she chose to prioritize her own happiness over family expectations marked a significant turning point in her life. By recognizing her right to self-advocacy, Linda empowered herself to make choices that aligned with her true desires. The significance of personal choice in later years extends beyond living arrangements. It encompasses all aspects of life. Older adults should feel encouraged to explore new interests, engage with their communities, and cultivate relationships that nourish their spirits. Whether it's taking up a new hobby, volunteering, or simply enjoying solitary pursuits, the ability to make choices that resonate with their values is crucial for maintaining a fulfilling life. In conclusion, Linda's journey underscores the importance of personal choice in the later years of life. It highlights the necessity for older adults to advocate for their own happiness and well-being, challenging societal norms that often dictate their paths. As we reflect on her story, let us remember that aging should be a time of growth, self-discovery, and joy, an opportunity to embrace independence and live life on our own terms. Unexpected sacrifices, the cost of closeness. When Linda decided to move in with her son and daughter-in-law, she anticipated a period of companionship and mutual support. However, her initial excitement soon gave way to a stark realization. The closeness she craved came with unexpected sacrifices that transformed her retirement into an unending cycle of obligations. This stark shift illustrates a common dilemma faced by many older adults who choose to live with their families in their later years. In the beginning, Linda experienced what seemed to be a nurturing environment. Her daughter-in-law welcomed her warmly, encouraging her to relax and enjoy her newfound family life. The early days were filled with shared meals and conversations, a contrast to the solitude she had endured since her husband's passing. For Linda, it felt like the right decision, a chance to create new memories with her family while finding solace in their presence. However, as the months went by, the dynamics within the household began to shift. The initial kindness of her daughter-in-law transformed into an expectation that Linda would assume a caretaking role. What started as small requests for help with chores gradually escalated into a full-time job that left Linda feeling overwhelmed and unappreciated. It began innocently enough, with suggestions to help with cleaning or occasional cooking. But soon, she found herself responsible for the bulk of the household tasks, including taking care of her grandchildren. Linda's day-to-day life morphed into a relentless routine of unpaid labor. She woke up early to prepare breakfast, tidied up the house, and spent the majority of her afternoons managing the children's needs. What was meant to be a time of relaxation and personal fulfillment turned into a struggle to balance her own desires with the unspoken demands of her family. This transition caught Linda off guard. The expectations placed upon her were never explicitly stated, but became increasingly clear as time passed. The weight of these responsibilities began to take a toll on Linda's mental and emotional well-being. She felt trapped in a cycle of self-sacrifice, where her own needs and aspirations were continuously sidelined. Instead of enjoying the leisurely retirement she had envisioned, filled with dance classes, gardening, and reconnecting with friends, Linda found herself sacrificing her dreams for the convenience of her family. The joyous moments she had anticipated turned into a constant feeling of being used, and with each passing day, her sense of purpose diminished. A pivotal moment arrived when Linda was left to care for her grandchildren while her son and daughter-in-law planned a 4-day vacation. The casual nature of their announcement struck her as deeply unfair. They seemed oblivious to the burden they were placing on her. In that moment, Linda felt the weight of her sacrifices crystallize into a realization. She was not just living with her family, she was living for them. The realization was painful but necessary, prompting her to confront the reality of her situation. This revelation pushed Linda to reflect on her life choices and the role she had taken on within the family. Was this what she had envisioned for her later years? The societal pressure to conform to traditional expectations of living with family often leaves older adults feeling as though they have no agency over their own lives. For Linda, the dream of a fulfilling retirement was slipping away, overshadowed by the relentless demands placed upon her by those she loved. Linda's experience underscores the importance of recognizing and articulating personal boundaries, especially in familial relationships. The concept of closeness should not come at the cost of one's happiness. Families thrive on mutual support and understanding, yet this balance can become precarious when roles are blurred. Older adults like Linda should be empowered to communicate their needs and establish boundaries that safeguard their well-being. After months of internal struggle, Linda reached a breaking point. It was during a quiet evening, while cleaning yet another mess left by her grandchildren, that she understood she needed to make a change. The realization that she had devoted a significant portion of her life to her son, only to be relegated to the role of a caregiver, ignited a fire within her. The time had come to reclaim her life. In that moment of clarity, Linda chose to prioritize herself. She announced her decision to visit an old friend, a seemingly simple act that represented a powerful declaration of her right to live her life on her own terms. This decision was not met with unanimous support. Her daughter-in-law expressed her disappointment, accusing Linda of neglecting her responsibilities. Yet, for Linda, this was a crucial step toward independence and self-respect. Ultimately, Linda's journey illustrates the complex interplay between familial obligations and personal happiness. While the desire for closeness with family is natural, it is essential to recognize the potential sacrifices that can arise from such arrangements. The cost of closeness can manifest in unexpected ways, leading to feelings of resentment and loss of autonomy. Linda's story serves as a poignant reminder that older adults must advocate for their needs and desires. Sacrificing one's happiness for the sake of familial duty can lead to a life filled with unrecognized potential and unfulfilled dreams. As we navigate the challenges of aging, let us learn from Linda's experience and embrace the importance of setting boundaries. By doing so, we can foster relationships that honor both personal fulfillment and the joy of family connections, ensuring that our later years are filled with the happiness and independence we deserve. The courage to reclaim oneself. Linda's journey from being an unpaid caregiver to reclaiming her independence is a powerful testament to the strength and resilience that many older adults possess. After enduring months of overwhelming responsibilities and feelings of being undervalued, she found the courage to confront the situation head-on. This pivotal moment in her life not only transformed her circumstances, but also became a source of inspiration for others in similar situations. For Linda, the turning point came when she realized that her life had been reduced to a series of chores and obligations, devoid of the joy and fulfillment she had once envisioned for her retirement. The daily grind of caring for her grandchildren and managing household tasks had taken a toll on her mental and emotional well-being. She began to recognize that the very closeness she sought with her family had morphed into a burden, clouding her vision of the vibrant life she wanted to lead. The decision to reclaim her life required immense courage. It meant acknowledging her own needs and desires, even when they contradicted the expectations of those around her. For many older adults, this can be a daunting task, particularly in cultures where family loyalty and sacrifice are deeply ingrained values. Linda had to confront not only her feelings of guilt, but also the societal norms that dictated how older adults should behave. She had spent years nurturing her family, and the thought of stepping away from those responsibilities felt like an act of defiance. But Linda understood that true fulfillment could not come from self-neglect. The emotional weight of her sacrifices had begun to overshadow any sense of familial duty she felt. One fateful evening, while cleaning after a long day, the realization struck her like a bolt of lightning. She was not living her own life. She was living for her family. This epiphany was both liberating and terrifying, marking the beginning of her journey towards self-reclamation. With her newfound clarity, Linda decided to assert her right to happiness. She informed her son and daughter-in-law that she would be taking a trip to visit an old friend. This announcement was met with surprise and disappointment, particularly from her daughter-in-law, who felt abandoned. Yet, for Linda, this was not just a trip. It was a declaration of her autonomy. She was taking the first step toward rediscovering herself and embracing the life she had always wanted. The act of leaving her son's household was not just about physical distance. It symbolized a powerful shift in Linda's mindset. No longer would she allow herself to be defined by her role as a caretaker. Instead, she began to envision a future filled with possibility and personal fulfillment. This process of reclaiming herself involved more than just asserting her independence. It required deep introspection and a willingness to explore her passions. Once she returned to her hometown, Linda immersed herself in activities that brought her joy. She began attending dance classes, a lifelong dream she had set aside. The music filled her spirit with a renewed sense of energy, allowing her to express herself in ways she had long forgotten. Linda also took up gardening, a pastime that not only kept her physically active, but also provided a peaceful sanctuary for reflection and connection with nature. As she reconnected with old friends over cups of tea, Linda found solace in their shared stories and laughter. These moments reminded her of the richness of life that she had neglected while living with her family. Through these interactions, she discovered the power of community, a support network that fostered her sense of belonging and happiness. Linda's journey illustrates the importance of surrounding oneself with individuals who uplift and inspire, reinforcing the idea that connection does not solely come from familial ties. Reclaiming her life also involved embracing her individuality. Linda learned to listen to her own desires and prioritize her well-being. This self-awareness transformed her perspective on aging, empowering her to reject societal stereotypes that often depict older adults as passive or dependent. Instead, she became a vibrant example of how one can thrive in later years by embracing autonomy and pursuing personal passions. Moreover, Linda's story emphasizes the need for older adults to redefine their roles within the family dynamic. While familial obligations are important, they should not come at the expense of one's happiness. The courage to reclaim oneself is about striking a balance between contributing to family life and nurturing one's personal aspirations. Linda's journey encourages others to advocate for their own needs, reminding them that their happiness matters just as much as their families. In conclusion, Linda's courageous decision to reclaim her independence is a powerful reminder that it is never too late to pursue personal fulfillment. Her journey from caregiver to self-advocate exemplifies the strength and resilience found within many older adults. By choosing to prioritize her own happiness, Linda not only transformed her life, but also inspired others to reflect on their own paths. As we navigate the complexities of aging, let us learn from Linda's experience and embrace the courage it takes to live authentically and joyfully. The journey of reclaiming oneself is not only possible, it is essential for a fulfilling life in our later years. Chan Nui, embracing a new life, finding joy in independence. Once Linda made the brave decision to reclaim her independence, she opened the door to a world of possibilities that she had longed for, but had set aside during her years of caretaking. This newfound freedom was not merely about living alone. It was about rediscovering her passions, reconnecting with herself, and embracing a life filled with joy and fulfillment. Linda's journey of embracing a new life serves as a powerful reminder that it is never too late to pursue happiness and personal growth, regardless of age. Upon returning to her hometown, Linda experienced a profound sense of relief. The weight of familial obligations lifted, allowing her to breathe deeply and reflect on what truly brought her joy. She had spent so much time focused on the needs of others that she had neglected her own desires and interests. Now, in the quiet of her own space, she began to explore the activities that had once filled her heart with excitement. One of the first things Linda did was sign up for dance classes. Dancing had always been a passion of hers, a form of expression that allowed her to connect with her body and emotions. As a young woman, she had spent countless hours on the dance floor, losing herself in the music and rhythm. However, the demands of family life had pushed this joy aside. With her newfound independence, she eagerly stepped back into the world of dance, finding not just exercise, but a vibrant community of individuals who shared her enthusiasm. In these dance classes, Linda discovered a sense of camaraderie and support that further enriched her life. The friendships she formed with fellow dancers provided her with a network of encouragement, laughter, and shared experiences. They celebrated each other's successes, whether it was mastering a new routine or simply enjoying a night out dancing. This sense of belonging was a refreshing contrast to the feelings of isolation she had experienced while living with her family. Gardening also became a significant part of Linda's new life. Reconnecting with nature not only kept her physically active, but also brought her immense joy and satisfaction. She transformed her backyard into a colourful oasis, planting flowers, herbs, and vegetables. Each morning, she tended to her garden, appreciating the beauty and tranquility it offered. Gardening became a meditative practice for Linda, allowing her to reflect on her journey while nurturing something beautiful and alive. The act of planting and watching things grow mirrored her own transformation, a reminder that life can flourish even after periods of neglect. Beyond these individual pursuits, Linda actively sought out opportunities to engage with her community. She began volunteering at a local shelter, helping those in need, and connecting with individuals from diverse backgrounds. This experience not only allowed her to give back, but also enriched her understanding of the world around her. Linda found great joy in helping others and realized that her life experiences equipped her with wisdom to share. Through volunteering, she built new friendships and created a sense of purpose that further enhanced her happiness. Linda also made it a priority to reconnect with old friends. These relationships had been strained during her years of caretaking, but now she had the time and energy to rekindle them. Coffee dates, book clubs, and weekend get-togethers filled her calendar, bringing laughter and warmth back into her life. She cherished the stories shared over steaming cups of tea, each conversation reminding her of the importance of connection and support. Linda learned that friendships are essential for emotional health, especially in the later years when loneliness can often creep in. As she embraced this new chapter of her life, Linda also discovered the importance of self-care. With no one else to rely on, she learned to prioritize her well-being. She explored mindfulness practices, such as meditation and yoga, which helped her stay grounded and centered. These activities fostered a deep sense of peace within her, allowing her to navigate the challenges of life with grace and resilience. Linda's commitment to self-care became a cornerstone of her happiness, empowering her to take control of her own narrative. Embracing independence also meant Linda could make choices based on her preferences and desires. She enjoyed spontaneous outings, whether it was visiting a museum, taking a day trip to the beach, or exploring new hiking trails. The freedom to choose her own adventures filled her with excitement and curiosity. Linda found joy in the simple act of living for herself, without the constraints of others' expectations. Through her journey, Linda realized that embracing independence is not just about physical separation from family. It's about fostering a mindset of empowerment and self-discovery. It's about letting go of societal pressures and expectations to define her own path. This process involved acknowledging her worth and recognizing that she deserves to live a life filled with joy, purpose, and fulfillment. In conclusion, Linda's story is a powerful reminder that finding joy in independence is a journey that requires courage, self-reflection, and a willingness to embrace change. By rediscovering her passions, nurturing relationships, and engaging with her community, she transformed her life into one that radiated happiness and fulfillment. As we reflect on her journey, let us remember that it is never too late to reclaim our own lives and pursue the happiness we deserve. Embracing independence opens doors to new experiences, connections, and possibilities, an invitation to live boldly and authentically, regardless of age. And A, lifelong learning and community engagement. As Linda settled into her newfound independence, she quickly realized that embracing a fulfilling life in her later years involved more than simply pursuing hobbies and reconnecting with friends. It also required a commitment to lifelong learning and active community engagement. These elements became integral to her journey, enriching her experiences and providing her with a sense of purpose and belonging. Lifelong learning is often defined as the ongoing, voluntary, and self-motivated pursuit of knowledge for personal or professional development. For Linda, it was a chance to explore new interests, sharpen her skills, and expand her horizons. After years of living for her family, she craved the intellectual stimulation and growth that comes from learning something new. She began exploring local community centers, libraries, and online platforms, eager to discover classes and workshops that piqued her interest. One of the first courses she enrolled in was a creative writing class. Linda had always enjoyed storytelling, but her busy life had left little room for creative expression. In the supportive environment of the class, she found not only a space to hone her writing skills, but also a community of fellow learners who shared her passion for storytelling. The experience of crafting stories allowed her to reflect on her own life experiences, turning her journey into a source of inspiration for others. Writing became a therapeutic outlet, helping her process her emotions and share her insights about aging, independence, and resilience. As she engaged in lifelong learning, Linda also recognized the importance of physical wellness. She signed up for various fitness classes, ranging from yoga to Tai Chi. These activities not only improved her physical health, but also introduced her to new friends and social connections. Participating in group classes fostered a sense of camaraderie and mutual encouragement. Linda discovered that exercising together not only benefits the body, but also creates a supportive community that enhances emotional well-being. In addition to pursuing personal interests, Linda understood that community engagement played a vital role in enhancing her quality of life. She sought out opportunities to contribute to her community, recognizing that giving back can be deeply fulfilling. Volunteering became a significant part of her routine, allowing her to connect with others while making a positive impact. Linda began volunteering at a local food bank, where she met individuals from various walks of life. This experience opened her eyes to the challenges faced by those in her community and provided her with a profound sense of purpose. She found joy in sorting food donations, organizing meal drives, and connecting with fellow volunteers who shared her commitment to service. Through these interactions, Linda developed lasting friendships and gained valuable insights into the lives of others, broadening her understanding of the world around her. Volunteering not only enriched Linda's life, but also enhanced her mental health. Studies have shown that helping others can boost mood, reduce stress, and create a sense of belonging. As Linda dedicated her time and energy to the food bank, she felt a renewed sense of fulfillment and happiness. The gratitude expressed by those she served reinforced her belief that her contributions mattered. In helping others, Linda also discovered a deeper appreciation for her own journey and the lessons she had learned along the way. Furthermore, Linda's engagement in community activities extended beyond volunteering. She started attending local events such as art exhibitions, farmers' markets, and cultural festivals. These outings allowed her to connect with her community and meet new people. As she explored her interests in art and culture, Linda found herself inspired by the creativity and talent of those around her. This engagement not only broadened her perspectives, but also reignited her own passions for creativity and expression. Linda also sought to share her knowledge and experiences with others. She began leading workshops at her community center, focusing on creative writing and storytelling. Sharing her journey and empowering others to find their voice became a meaningful aspect of her life. By fostering an environment of encouragement and collaboration, Linda helped others unlock their creative potential. Witnessing her students' growth and enthusiasm for writing further fueled her own passion for lifelong learning. In embracing lifelong learning and community engagement, Linda discovered the profound impact these experiences had on her overall well-being. The act of learning kept her mind sharp and engaged, while community connections provided her with a sense of purpose and belonging. She realized that personal growth does not stop at any age. Instead, it can flourish through continuous exploration and connection with others. In conclusion, Linda's journey illustrates the transformative power of lifelong learning and community engagement in the lives of older adults. By embracing new interests, volunteering, and connecting with her community, she cultivated a rich and fulfilling life. Linda's story serves as a reminder that it is never too late to learn, grow, and make a difference. As we age, let us prioritize our personal development and engage with our communities, recognizing that these experiences not only enhance our lives, but also create a positive ripple effect that can inspire others. By fostering a spirit of lifelong learning and active engagement, we can lead lives filled with purpose, joy, and connection, an invitation to embrace the beauty of the journey ahead. Living independently, living happily. As we reflect on Linda's inspiring journey toward reclaiming her independence, it's clear that her story resonates deeply with many older adults facing similar challenges. The pursuit of happiness in old age is not merely a passive endeavor. It requires conscious choices, courage, and the willingness to embrace change. Linda's experiences remind us that it is never too late to prioritize our own well-being and seek fulfillment in our later years. In today's fast-paced world, societal norms often dictate how older adults should live and what their roles should be within the family. However, we must challenge these expectations and advocate for a life that honors individual desires and aspirations. It is essential for older adults to recognize their right to happiness and to live life on their own terms, free from the burdens of unappreciated sacrifices. The key to achieving this happiness lies in embracing lifelong learning and community engagement. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, volunteering, or connecting with others, these activities enrich our lives and foster a sense of purpose. As Linda demonstrated, exploring new interests and building relationships can ignite a passion for life that may have been overshadowed by years of caregiving and obligation. I urge you to take inspiration from Linda's story and reflect on your own journey. What passions have you set aside? How can you reconnect with your interests and create a fulfilling routine? Consider the power of community as well. Engaging with others, whether through volunteering or participating in local events, not only enhances your life, but also creates bonds that nurture happiness and support. Finally, let us remember that happiness in old age is not a luxury. It is a necessity. Every individual deserves to live a life filled with joy, purpose, and dignity. It's time to embrace our independence and take charge of our narratives. Share your stories, inspire others, and don't hesitate to step into the vibrant life that awaits you. Join us in this movement to redefine aging, promoting a message of empowerment and fulfillment for all. Together, we can create a community that celebrates the richness of life at every stage, fostering an environment where happiness thrives and every voice is heard.